Once upon a time, you used to put some money in your purse and go to the market and buy a bag full of groceries. Now you take a bag full of money, go to the market, and bring the groceries home in your purse.
This is the one message your company does not ever want you to hear. And this is a wake-up call for everybody who's interested in freedom.
In the gold rushes of the 1800s, many people back east wanted to hunt for gold, but fear of the risk outweighed the potential gains. It was well known that the hardships of searching for gold so far from the security of their homes led to many deaths and heartaches. You are on the brink of discovering a map of an opportunity for you. Your chance to find gold in the economy of today. But unlike earlier prospectors, today's opportunity affords you the ability to mine gold in your spare time without sacrificing your current security. Although exposure to the harsh environments has been reduced by modern technology, your adventure will still expose you to obstacles, though nothing like the prospectors encountered in Alaska. Your adventure will still expose you to hardships, but not the miserable winter conditions of those found in the Colorado Rockies. Gold rush prospectors of old left their families behind to search for their gold, but you don't have to. Gold rush fever led to traits like loneliness, selfishness, and greed. This opportunity will not expose you to these hazards, but you will still face adversity.
Every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equivalent of greater benefits.
There is gold in the distance, and you can see it from where you are. The problem is you cannot distinguish the gold. You need someone to reveal it to you. The person that loaned you this DVD has another piece of your map to gold.
You need a guide to lead you down the trail to the gold. Someone to guide you around hazards, point out slippery slopes, and tell you where you can safely traverse the raging rivers. A mentor that you can turn to ask if you are on the right trail. A person that will say, I think you would benefit by going down this route. There are some people that believe they can do it all by themselves, and some can. But most of us need help.
We can be whatever we feel. If we can dream it, we can make it real.
Thousands of people swarmed to the gold rushes of Alaska, California, and Colorado. All of them had one thing in common: difficulties. No matter where they came from, no matter their backgrounds, no matter their mode of transportation, they encountered problems that were foreign to them. problems like cutthroats and thieves and cheats and price gougers. If a person found gold, there were plenty of crooks nearby to take it away. So, keeping the gold until it was safely in a bank proved as much a challenge as discovering the vein itself.
In the late 1800s, there was a man that caught gold fever who went west to find the mother lode. He staked a claim and went to work with pick and shovel. After weeks of hard labor, he discovered the first X on his golden map, a chunk of gold, indicating the mother lode was nearby. He realized at once that he would need machinery to get the gold out of the earth. So he covered up the mine and he went back home to Maryland. There, he told his friends and relatives about his strike. He raised the capital he needed to buy the machinery. He went back to work at the mine with new vigor. The first carload of ore proved his stake to be one of the richest mines in Colorado. A few more carloads of the kind of gold he was extracting, and their business venture would at last be profitable. The drills went to whirring. The excitement was high. But then something happened. The vein of gold ore failed to manifest. They drilled on, frantically looking for the rich vein. On and on they searched, but it was not to be found. So with their hopes dashed, their money gone, they had nothing to do but quit. They sold the machinery to a local junk man for a few $100s and went back home to Maryland. The junk man was an expert in junk, but knew nothing about mining, so he did what every intelligent person does. He contacted an expert. Together as a team, they went to investigate the mine's potential. The engineer's report came back. Due to the old owners being unfamiliar with the fault lines, they had quit too soon. His calculations revealed the vein was only 3 feet away from where the others had ceased to drill. That is exactly where it was found. The junk man's small investment amassed a large amount of wealth because he found someone to help him see potential where others fell short. If you want to be better off, then you need to stay with the person that loaned you this map to your gold mine.
No matter the difficulties of the gold rushes, there was one good thing to say about those who participated. That despite the problems they faced, at least they were willing to try. They were willing to take the risk, but engaging those risks by oneself without a team of knowledgeable, like-minded entrepreneurs can lead one to fall short of their goals. The man who found the strike needed the junk man. The junk man needed the engineer. And they all needed the location of the gold the first man had discovered. The secret to most failures of prospectors involved in the gold rushes lie in this: people only looking out for their own self-interest. But oh, how much greater their fortunes could have been if they had just worked together to mine and share the wealth available to them. The discoverer who found the gold map gave up, and therefore did not take part in all of the wealth that was mined by others. Let us go to our guest speaker, Bob Roundtree, as he talks about the importance of financial freedom.
People are tired of sacrificing their families on the altar of the faceless corporations they work for. Some time ago, I heard a man speak to over 1,000 businessmen here in our city. He was a decorated, retired military officer. Later, he went on to serve at a very high level of a large company. He was a man with everything, athletic, fit, but he spoke of himself as a pauper, begging to have the last 30 years of his life to live over again. He related to us about his 14-hour days and his incessant travel. He spoke of his numerous business accomplishments and the prices he'd paid for the successes he'd had. But when he spoke of his family, he started weeping uncontrollably. The years of neglect, the vacations they never spent, the ball games and the piano recitals he said that he missed, and all the other little things that were never done because of a job that demanded all the hours that he wanted back. A young friend of mine told me recently, "I'm only working half days now, 7 to 7. I first met Bill when he was about